Welcome down to Paultons Park. That's right, it's update time. They are getting ready for Halloween, which is just a week away. Starts in a week's time. We'll be back to check that out, and we will of course show you some of the wonderful decoration which they do as well throughout the park during this update. Look at this. Look at all these. They never ever skimp. I will say it's surprisingly warm here at Paultons Park for an October day. I've probably chosen the wrong attire to come in. That aside, what can we see? Well, we can see the whole of the side of the building is now enclosed as they start work on theming, electrics, everything, probably the other way around in fairness, but they are starting work on the inside. And although we are kind of covering cosmetics, much like we were a couple of months ago, you know, it's all important to the building process. And again, I love seeing a whole lot of it. All we're seeing is cosmetics from the outside, but I can tell you now behind the scenes, so much more is going on. Future development site is still being flattened, sort of, but it's the finer details over here. Little canopy look being put over the window, and indeed the door area there. We are going to get a look from around the other side shortly, but so much is going on, even though it doesn't look it. No van parked here today. We can see at this side of the ops cabin for the field swing, and so much is going on over the other side. We get a bit close up. They've definitely done some more work to the side of the Drakon station, and actually most of it now has been enclosed. You can no longer see inside of it. The sun was the last thing I thought I'd have to worry about today, but we can stand under a cover and show you some of the building works which are going on, and it's completely different works as well. We will get a overshot shortly of it, but it's really starting to come together. This whole station is going to be enclosed before we know it as they start the detail, and it will be a massive surprise to everyone when we finally get to see inside. It's a lovely day to get some views over at the track, and of course Raven. No more colour has been done on it yet, so that's still settling. We aren't quite at the point of getting the deck chairs out yet, but we are close. We are close. I'm hoping I catch at least some of the track going up. Right, we are going to show you some of the Halloween decorations around the entrance. We've seen them over towards Tornado Springs as well, but we're going to save that for when Halloween is live and we can bring you that all together. But we are then going to give you some more shots of the site from a different angle as well from outside. So yeah, hang around, but look at the decoration. The decoration and the Halloween here is fantastic, and it's not going to be one to be missed. And we'll be bringing that to you next week. Happy Halloween. Now, they're not quite ready yet. It's close. We're not quite ready yet for Halloween. We're another week away, but just look at the displays. The sheer amount of pumpkins they use. I need to know how many pumpkins they've got. Someone needs to tell me how many pumpkins are here, because there are loads, and that continues as well right the way to the entrance. In fact, I think that skeleton right by the entrance there, I don't remember seeing that before. You always get the talking corn, should know that, the talking corn, I think, in here. That's being set up now, but the entrance area just looks magnificent as you walk in for Halloween. And of course, we've shown you outside already of what it's like before you get in the park, but once you're in here, it's just it just looks amazing. It really, really does bring you in. Look at this. And we'll show you Mr. Skeleton. I don't remember this being here. If it was, yeah. Whoops. But I don't remember it, so for me it's new. Look at that, as you enter here, and then you get a little speaking barn just there. It's a brilliant entrance to the park for Halloween. It really sets the tone as well for the day. Now, I believe there are shows on. Again, I should know there's shows on. I believe there's going to be shows on as well down at the main stage. We're going to catch everything Halloween related when it's Halloween. We just wanted to show you the setup to see and get you in the mood of what you look forward to when you come to Paultons Park for Halloween. Now, on the way out, we have been sidetracked by merch. Look, I don't think I've seen this. £20 for a hoodie. Good size. But look at that. That is awesome. You imagine that in a nice embroidered. That would be amazing. And we've got other bits and pieces as well, all ready for Halloween. Anyway, sidetrack, back to the Vikings. We take a look straight down at where Magma was. That's right. Magma was right there. Now we can see they're working on the roof for the Cobra building. On the front end, that looks like that's been stripped right back. And we'll get a close-up of that. Actually be better going backwards a bit to get a close-up of that, but we will now have a look at the station from this side. You can really sort of see the station and the entrance part, the return part, and as we look down here you can see the station track as well, where the ride returns after its course. Now I believe this part here will be pretty much where you enter the ride from the queue. And I would be expecting this bit not to be quite so tall. I'd imagine it's just for access purposes at the moment that that's like that, and that to be enclosed a fair bit more. All wrapped up, protected. As we saw from its delivery, track is very much on site. You'll see it a little bit as we pan across as well, and it covers the whole ground at the moment. So you can see work on the Cobra roof and indeed the photo roof as well for Drakon. There it is, Realm of the Vikings. Again, the view is going to change very, very soon, but at the moment we're looking at the detail. And there's a lot of detail to look at. I'm probably missing bits. I appreciate I'm missing bits, which is why I like to get some close-ups and you can look through it yourself and just see what else you spot. And if you spot anything else, let us know in the comments. Loads going on it, and it's just fascinating to see. I've said it all along now for the kind of months and months and months. I love seeing it from the ground up. And you think when we were getting excited about footers being poured, and then we're at this with buildings and the area closed and Cobra being rethemed to a Raven and more buildings and the flat ride coming and the restaurant. Yeah, there's just so much that's happened over the course of us covering it, and I've loved every minute of it. But from Paultons Park and Realm of the Vikings, I'm sorry, it just gets more exciting every time I see it.